Hi guys, welcome back. So today, well, what an opening today, eh? So it looked like the market tanked over Friday since last Friday. Hold on, let me just sort out the mic. So it tanked since Friday. Let me just do this, show you. If we go to the daily, so on when we were trading on Friday, I was anticipating the lows, the 15-minute lows on Friday to be taken out. Initially the intraday lows which were already formed on Friday, and then targeting the lows on Thursday, and then that was it really, because I wanted it to come back and then between this fair value gap have a reaction either on Friday, well possibly obviously not on Friday because not Friday because it's the last trading day of the week, and the main goal was to get, because the TGI I've set up, the main goal was to get those equal lows and then trade higher from there on Monday, because once we went into this fair value gap, I was expecting it to come in, bounce around here for a bit and then eventually come in to take out these highs. What it looks like it's done since then is actually just taken out all the liquidity from then. It's gone into this what do you call it, this balance, this fair value gap and this inversion fair value gap as well. So right now price is hovering around here. Now with this low it's left equal lows, and then this low relative to this low is also equal low, and then you get the picture. And then obviously we've got equal lows down here, back down here. I'm still favoring the buy side, but we might be continuing lower. We could end up continuing lower for a little bit. We've got FOMC later on this week. If we can just take a look at the calendar, we've got nothing really today. Tomorrow we've got consumer confidence, but really the big one here is FOMC, which is on Wednesday, and then back to normal. So could be a FOMC reversal here, and then to come out and take these eyes out, or we just bounce around here before FOMC and then we come out and take out these lows. Now I'm just sidelined on the on the long-term thing. So what I'm gonna do, I mean, I still like this, but what we're gonna do is we're just gonna focus on intraday. So let's just go back into the 15-minute. Also we've got this large gap, which if we look on the NQ, we'll end up seeing this large gap when market does finally open at 9:30, but we don't obviously, because we're trading off US100, we're not going to see that. So right now what price is doing right now, okay, so it's come down, it's used the wicks on the daily, is rebounded off, this is the midnight opening range from the 15th, then it used the new week opening gap from the 12th, and then these two dashed lines, so that's the high of the inversion, which was on the 10th, and that's the low of the inversion fair value gap. As you can see, it's going all the way, travel up to the high, and then these two solid lines are the bullish fair value gap, which was, I don't know, this one down, which was on the 15th. So this one, which is an inversion on the 10th, and this one on the 15th, which is the bullish fair value gap. So it's hit the premium end of the inversion, and now just meandering around here for a bit, and just before market open, and let's see, we are in the 15-minute fair value gap, which is also inside this daily bullish fair value gap. It just left some equal highs here. Chances are it could go up, and isn't this interesting? 8 o'clock we come down right back down to the low of the midnight opening range for today. This is today's midnight opening range, this one, and now and then we expanded higher, and that was the trade for the morning from there up to the inversion high. Or if you want low-hanging fruits, would have been from there to the low of the bullish fair value gap. So let's see what. Oh yeah, we've also got news today at 10 o'clock, I think. if you look at this Monday, yeah, orange folder news, 10 o'clock. This could be, we may end up seeing a macro reversal or a macro continuation. But yeah, let's just see what opening bell brings us, and then we'll see. Then we'll take it from there. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Finally got the chance to download God of War Ragnarok. Played that for a couple of hours until I was taken away to do other things. But yeah, I completed I think it was Zao, something I downloaded about a couple of weeks ago. Side scroller, platformer. I completed that. But yeah, that was my weekend. Let's see what market presents us. Not bad. Not bad for last week. Last week we did alright. Some of the trades were very good. Some of them were extremely good. Some of them, we got into early and we were stopped out, unfortunately. But then we did get back in sync with the market, and then we did use the fair value gaps to get back in sync, and and then what's it called, and claw back some of what we lost, basically. Drawdown was the word I was looking for. Some of the drawdown, we did claw that back, so that was good. So just a minute left till the market open. So let's go into the 1 minute and see what market gives us. Sorry, I know the chart does look a lot more messier with all these levels, but I got a feeling we may need them. By the way, this is not last Friday. I forgot which Friday this was. It's either the Friday before the last Friday or the one prior to that. So I'm going to find out which one that is later on and then update that. But this is not last Friday, just for note that. Okay, that's decent, like it always is. I mean, the precision on that's just beautiful. I like just tapped, and it's probably going to run up and take out these highs. Potentially, we could even go higher into, if it takes out these highs into this is the daily, sorry, not a daily, this is a new day opening gap from the 17th. That's what it is, new day opening gap from the 17th. Right, I haven't actually, hopefully it's not too much of a choppy morning. Someone keeps messaging me, but I have no idea who it is. Yeah, it looks like it wants to run away, doesn't it? I mean, it might not even give us a chance to get in today, just because of that huge gap. Again, if we go 15 minutes, probably be able to see a little bit better on the 15 minute. I mean, from there to there, that's a huge gap, and if that was, well, it's a bit higher. Let me just sort that out a minute. Right, where's 50%? See, 50% is at this first presented fair value gap. There's also a new week opening gap here. Before we get to the 75% level, anything's possible here. But I'll leave that on. I'll leave the fib on for a while. And need to log into my trading account. Got to do that. No. Today is gonna be hopefully a good day. So we've got our first presented fair value gap anyway. Yeah. Just mark this one out. Oops. Template. Today. Hopefully that doesn't confuse you. Came back down to 50%. Fortunately, I was a little bit too late on that. Now, normally we use the first presented. But I just want to wait a little bit longer today just to see initially what it will do. Yeah, 25% is there. So yeah. So what we could do is when this kind of closes, if it closes above, to if you want to take this one, it would be like that, and then to the 25. So nicely a 1 to 2 restored. Well, I was hoping that would close a little bit better above this, but it didn't. So we move. Just going to do that. We want it to aggressively close above. Aggressively close above and go beyond. Don't like the fact that I did that. It needs to get above these, like these wicks. Yeah, like close above them, go higher. Needs to stop doing what, like just meandering around here, like it's going there, then closing back down here and stuff like that. It's, if it wants to go up to at least 25%, then it needs to do that. So anyway, yeah, if you did enter the trade one to one, definitely take off at least 50% of your trade, move your stop loss to break even, or at least narrow it down to risking 50% of your stop, of your risk, sorry, your original risk. So we have taken out that high. I mean, that is a big, like a huge amount of pips, like not pips by handles, that is it's a movement, isn't it? From getting in from here, like around here. I mean, if you, obviously I didn't outline it, but normally like was it on two fair value gaps, two first presented fair value gaps right next to each other. I mean, that's, that's like, that's a gold mine. And then what do you call it? But obviously we waited because the way market has been this morning, it's good to wait a little bit extra, and then we can see like, okay, it's looking like it wants to react from here, and then we've entered. We've got our 1 to 1, so whatever happens, at least we've got our 1 to 1. Trying to aim for that 25% mark up there. Just moving quite lethargically to get there. It's not really doing it with a lot of speed, and that's the one thing that always catches me out. It's like when it doesn't move with speed. We've got the club. We got a chat there. Somebody made some money off the trade, which is good. Well done, mate. Hope you're learning something, and you can take it away and start applying it to your own trades as well. Not just use this as a like a signal service and stuff. Don't forget to like the video, guys. Make sure you hit that like button, and if you're new, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button as well. Yeah, from here, I would want to see. Like, I want to see it aggressively go up, but yeah, sometimes you don't always get what you want. Sometimes you gotta wait a little bit longer. Yeah, let's see. But this would be great if it does hit that target and then comes down, and then if it wants to clear up these, then what do you call it? We'll have to wait for it to come below the first presented fair value gap, and then we can think about taking that trade. Beautiful. Touching the top of the fair value gap, first presented fair value gap, then that's a nice reaction. Can it sustain it and go higher? And we have liftoff. Maybe not. Coming back down, doesn't, it's just really struggling to get to that first presented. I mean, not percentage, up to a 25% mark. So yeah, we'll just wait to see if we can find another setup. New 15-minute candle has opened up. We've got a 5-minute fair value gap. See if it wants to retrace into that a little bit, potentially for another setup to continue higher. Yeah, not interested in the shorts until it gets below this first presented fair value gap, and then we can see what happens after that. At the moment, I want to see it trade to this at least, and then see what happens, how it reacts once we get there. Lots of consolidation. Yeah, that's better. Just waiting. Yeah, and there you go. Voila. It's hit our quarter level there. 0.25% of the is it going the gap that we were aiming for, that we were looking for at the beginning. New week opening gap, should I say? Well, actually, it's not a new week opening gap, is it? It is from Friday's settlement to today's opening price. We've hit 25%. Does it want to continue higher? We've had out. We've if you held it all, you made your 2 to 1. If you took out 1 to 1, or at least half at 1 to 1, then you've definitely never came back. You only came back up to here. As long as you didn't move stop loss to break even 100%, you would have been alright. But because I advised to move it to break even, you would have been stopped out here. But still, nonetheless, you made a 1 to 1, 1 to 1 risk to reward. So it's not bad, is it? For a what looks like it's going to be a difficult session. But it was a difficult 20 minutes. But we'll see what this macro presents now. Let's see if it wants to target the opposite side now from here. double top formed here. Last week I kept getting caught out by the double tops and double bottoms, and then eventually we had to use the first presented to get back in line. But at least there was no damage done last week. This week, let's just see. Okay, now if it starts closing above this aggressively, then we can start focusing on the 50% level, which is up there. At the moment, it's just hovering around. But yeah, the the trade we took at the beginning, that's, I mean, we're done for the day in terms of trades, because we made a decent amount. But anything else, anything further will just be purely demo. So I just want to see, like from here, does it want to reverse if we take out this low with, sharply, then you would want to see it come down below this. Don't treat this as inversion trades. Sorry, don't treat this as a reclaimed bullish fair value gap. Trade through it, come back in as an inversion, and then take it down and then take out these lows. But we will see. We've got 5 minutes until that orange impact news driver comes out, and then this is the last 10 minutes will be the next 10 minutes will be the second half of the macro as well. So that's potential. Also, the other thing is we haven't come back to, like, if you look at the 5 minute, we haven't come back to any fair value gap. 15 minute, we are forming a fair value gap. We've got 5 minutes left. Let's see what this does. If it does form the fair value gap for the 15 minute. 1 hour, we have reached a bearish fair value gap. This is like the flagship trading strategy of this channel. If it goes into a 15 minute or a 1 hour fair value gap, we wait for price to show us an indication of break, if it wants to break down, and then we enter our trade in that area, targeting at least 50%. In this case, the target would be to the first presented fair value gap, the high of it. And the reason why, because it's such a large fair value gap. I mean, that's like, what is that, 60 handles, I think? 37, yeah, 60 handles. So yeah, all of this, like the constant, just, like you're just consolidating around this level, just wicking through, coming back, wicking through. Like from past experiences, that's not good. I don't like that. So a reversal could be on here. But it doesn't have to be, but it could be. But we wait. I mean, that's good. That's better. Just waiting. Most boring part of price action, eh? But yeah, nice trade, eh? From there to there. I think that's where I got in. Let me just check why. MT4. 102. Where was 102? Yeah, I got a lot of slippage today in my brokerage, with my brokerage. So, but yeah, decent still. Right, so yeah, that 15-minute fair value gap that's formed now, which is around, it's going to be around here somewhere. Decent, potentially use that. I don't like the way it is, but it's decent enough for a trade to come back into that 15-minute fair value gap, which is around here. Let me show you. Just come back basically to the top of that. Well, the top of that would be here, which is like 39. We are currently at 76, so 176. So 139, that's not bad, is it? This wick does represent a problem though. So let's just see what I can do. So far so good. Let me just take that one off. If you did get into this as a short, potentially from there, I don't know why the short is always more profit level. Let's change that to 1. There we go. That's not the one we want though. We wanted 39-ish. So let's just say 40. Nicely 1, 2, 3 trade there. And that would just be below this low here, which looks like it may well deliver on this candle. Let's just see. But anyway, you would have banked 1 to 1, definitely. 2 to 1 now as well. and well, it's gone below that low, so definitely a 3-to-1. And yeah, there you go, back into that first fair value. Well, actually, it hasn't even reached that. Actually, it has, yeah, the top of it. I forgot the rules of this fair value gap actually are that it needs to start from there, that point. Yeah, some decent analysis, people. I hope you enjoyed that one. That was decent, Right. Why is that? You'd have risked in that one 21,200 to 87, 13 handles for making from 87 all the way down to 40 to making 47 handles. 1 to 3, eh? Beautiful. And if you left something on, potentially we could get down to this first presented fair value gap. This is why you always leave something on. Expect it probably end up coming here, then reacting, and then we end up taking out those highs at a later date, maybe, or a later time today, maybe. Who knows? But yeah, but as per the flagship trading strategy of this channel, 15-minute fair value gap, expect a reaction. Then do we see a change in market structure? We potentially could see one here. We haven't seen it at the moment. So if we do see one here, then we could potentially even get into a trade and take out these highs. But because we haven't seen that yet, the previous trade still stands, and we could end up going lower to that fair value, first presented fair value gap. Sorry, I didn't put this in the right spot. It was around here somewhere. Well. Getting that reaction from that 15-minute fair value gap. And there is something else I wanted to point out there, but I'm not going to point it out. But yeah, so that's decent. Definitely. So yeah, you would have been stopped. Well, yeah, maybe you would have been stopped out, but not before you taken profit on that previous trade. Decent reaction. There's a invert. We can use this as an inversion. It comes back to it. Although I don't like the way this is, but hey, if it's fitting your strategy, then you take the trade. So not yet. A little bit more. I suppose that's close enough for government work. Shout out to the mentor. Well, we would have entered there, but unfortunately it has now come back down. The thing is, this is 2 equals, so if I could go down, take these out, touch the first presented, then show or something, then we could take these out. But yeah, anyway, this is definitely going to be a loss. So just take that off. I mean, I could not, but I just don't like these, and I've been burnt like that before. So wait for these to get taken out and then potentially go higher. I mean, if it runs off without you, then it runs off without you. But yeah, so not bad. One loss, 2 wins, 2 decent wins. You know, one was a 3-1, one was a 2-1. I mean, what more do you want? You've come out with a 4-1, really. Give it a few more minutes. Just want to see where price meanders around. The 3 o'clock, that orange folder impact. Like we didn't get anything for that really. It just lackluster. But orange folders are normally like that anyway, so it doesn't matter. Like I said, FOMC is the main one this week. Let's see what we get around FOMC. Don't know what I've got this on. Leave it on for now. Hey, technically you would have not been stopped out yet, and you could have made the profit on that one if you did get in here. Let's see, that would have been. No, it's not good enough with it. That's the issue with it. But 2-1 would be here, whereas 1-1 would be basically those highs would be 1-1. So let's just leave it at 2-1, which is the new day opening up for 15th, the high of it at least. So yeah, well look, it's come down, come back, touched the 25% level, reacted off that, struggling to get up, but it is going up slowly but struggling. And these just, you know, this is just gold here, so I'm expecting it to come back, take this out, potentially shows, touch the top of the first presented again, and then we'll see what it does from there. So yeah, so if you did take this one, you're gonna get stopped out at some point here, depending on where you put your stop loss, around here or there, wherever. But yeah, this is not the one that we wanted to take anyway. The ones we took, the 2-1 and the 3-1, decent. If you did take this one, you've lost one, so not bad. Still, at least we've got 4-1 overall for the day. Although it hasn't stopped you out yet. So let's just wait. Like I said, if you did get in early, if you did get in at that point, my bad because I didn't see these. And this is normally like indicative of that it's going to take this out, come back, touch this, then potentially run out these. So let's just wait and see if it does that. Still waiting, still waiting. Consolidation doesn't want to move in the last 5 minutes. Next 5 minutes, let's see. So yeah, I'm gonna mark this one up as that we did get stopped out this one, even though it's just meandering around. But I've got a feeling it is going to do that and then come back here, and then we'll see what it does from there. But yeah, so far 4-1, not bad. Anything else I'll say from this point, moving going forward, don't take the trade, just use it as a thing of, like studying, because that's what I'm doing. I've taken the first two, the 2-1 and the 3-1, and that's it. And obviously I took this one as well, and I'm just and there we go, we've just been stopped out. But yeah, so let's wait for it to come back here. And technically this could be the high of the day, just saying. But if it is, the way we'll know that is if it trades through this first presented, and then what's it going, and then like aggressively, not like, I don't want to trade like this. It has to be aggressive, like how it was here. So aggressively come back, go through here, retouch this, and then we can target this as a trade and potentially go lower. But those are all ifs and buts, and we just have to wait and see what price gives us. Also on that note as well, the top of this, like I said, it will be interesting when we get here. Can it give it will give us a reaction, but can it give us a sustained reaction to get to these highs? Now we're going further into that 15-minute fair value gap. So let's see, monitoring the consequent encroachment of that fair value gap, and then to see if it wants to go higher. Right, we are now at the high of that first presented fair value gap. There's your reaction. Small one, but still a reaction. I mean, on the sub 1 minute time frames, you could probably do something with that, but I don't trade those, so that's for those of you who do. Incidentally, let me just check that 5 minute fair value gap, and we are approaching that 5 minute fair value gap, the one we made that market open. That would be a nice place for it to react. and go higher. But it is a large 5 minute fair value gap. Let me just check it. I thingy 31 to, yeah, it's a very large one. It's like 60 handles. I mean, that's just the gap itself. Potentially even more than 60 handles. Almost approaching 70. So yeah, I would wait. I would definitely wait for. This is decent. Decent, but would you take it? Would I take it? I would take it if it goes beyond this fair value gap. If you extend this across, if it goes beyond this, closes above it, comes back in, either the top of it or to constant encroachment of it, and then we could go higher. At the moment, if you're really aggressive, you could take this. You could have taken it here. Place your stop loss below the 50% mark. But we just have to wait, see what this does. Building up liquidity, most likely we'll run this out, come back into that 5 minute, and then see. Like a market maker model, eh? What happens on the left, happens on the right. Interesting that, isn't it? We also have this fair value gap to contend to. Now this would be better for me. Enter here, stop loss below this candle's low, and target is going to be these highs. So if we mark it out, it's a it's about 2.5 to 1. Already reached 1 to 1. And yeah, already reached, going way beyond 1 to 1 now. So if you did take it, take off your, remove at least some of your risk, at least 50% worth, due to the fact that technically it's like it's still a consolidation, isn't it? Even though we're having like decent movement of 1 minute candles. Yeah, speed is what we're looking for. Speed, it's reaction, using this as a reclaimed bearish fair value gap. Don't really want to see that. Want it to trade through if it's going to go all the way higher. But nonetheless, we've banked 50% anyway. Stop loss to break even, or at least reduce to 50%. And yep, that's better. That's much better. Especially because now the candle is closing. That's good because we've closed above this. Can we stay above it to run out these highs? Give it 5 more minutes and then I'm going to end the live stream. Yeah, kind of into this gap. But if it wants to get there quickly, then I wish it didn't. Yeah, definitely we've had our 2 to 1 and almost, well, what would be 3 to 1 would be actually, oh, 3 to 1 was the high. Sorry, I didn't mark that correctly. But yeah, 2 to 1 we definitely got, and almost a 3 to 1 at the moment. It hasn't. Starting to retrace a little bit. Definitely put your stop loss to break even if you haven't already done so. And let's just see. Now we've taken out this short-term high, left this high with this high. What's that? Double highs, relative equal highs. Can we punch through them? If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Please like the video. Helps me, helps the algorithm, helps the channel, helps me doing this. I love doing this, even though I've only just started. It's been a few weeks, but I like analyzing it. I like analyzing the market, and I like showing the potential setups you can have. And and feel free to take those setups if you want. You know, the setups I outlined, these are setups I actually take in my trading account. And there's your 3 to 1. Sorry, I should have not done this with this. Let me just get rid of that again. Does it always do that? What are we looking for? 21, 2, 1. Well, I don't know why it always does that. Okay, so stop loss was here. 3 to 1. Yeah, 3 to 1 was that high anyway. And yeah. And would you look at that? To the new day opening gap for January 15th. Just like we were analyzing earlier on. And now see if it wants to go above this, aggressively come back, touch this, work our way up to 50% of the gap. Still look quite far away from there actually, still quite far. But yeah, it doesn't look like it wants to go lower for the time being. But yeah, nice for FOMC week. For a day we've taken 4 trades. Well, I took 3. The fourth one I told you not to take. I said to you we're just going to analyze it, and this was the fourth one, but it is probably the best one out of all of them. If you kept your initial trade on, that would have taken you there. We did a reversal here. That was a 3 to 1. So this one initially we were just aiming here. That was 2 to no, we were aiming here, so that was 2 to 1. And then this one was a 3 to 1 coming back in. Was it going? Could have been a 6 to 1 really if you had waited for the first presented fair value gap, but we didn't. And like I said, then we entered one here, which was the losing one. And I apologize for that one because I failed to see these lows, even though I was staring straight at them. But yeah, and then he took them out, like I said, and then coming back right into first percentage fair value gap, like I said it would do, and then we would see a reaction. And this first percentage fair value gap is also the like inside of the 15-minute fair value gap, and then since then it's just run off. Beautiful. I mean, this, like, if we were aiming for, well, we got in this candle here, wasn't it? We were waiting for it to use this as a inversion. And then once it did that, if you were waiting, if you did aim for, do it over here, because this just starts going wonky. If you were aiming for that, I mean, that's your 4.5 to 1, the top end of the new day opening gap from January 15th. Now let's see if it wants to make its way up. Use this as an acceleration to make its way up to this fair value gap, which for the life of me I cannot figure out from what day that was. I'm gonna have to go back into the charts, scroll back and find out what that was. But yeah, hope you enjoyed that, guys. Tune in again tomorrow, same time. And like the mentor said, every day, every week, and it won't stop. And until tomorrow, I'll see you all. Take care, good luck, and good trading.